Yeah,
God.
call this number today if they want to call.
Yep, you sure are.
I'll put 'em on.
Hey, we ain't bootlegging now. We just improvising. How about that?
Absolutely.
Make sure my mic is clear on there. So since I don't have my phone and I'm wearing one of my next level shirts, so I can't quite
Let me see.
position my mic the right way. Cause this is a work day. This ain't just a business day. Wow. Okay. All right. Let the world hear me. What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. This is the day that the Lord has made. We're going to rejoice and be glad in it. I am trying not to be cool, so I'm taking my shades off. But for all of you that are coming on, it's 10 minutes after 12. I'm 10 minutes late, and I ain't even gonna give you no excuse as to why I'm late. Just know that we busy, we working, we grinding, we hustling, we making it happen because we got a lot of people who depend on us. And so I'm excited about what we're gonna be discussing today. Shout out to my Next Level Tribe, our Next Level brand right here, headquartered in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. If you're coming on, hit that like button, hit that share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know Ramon, Preston, the squad, the Next Level Tribe. And guess what? The Ramon Preston Show, we're all live right here today on this beautiful Friday, right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. We are bringing this series to a close today. All week we've been talking about the 25 rules of business. And so I'm gonna give you the final 5 of these 25 rules of business. Please hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, and do me a favor, drop the name of the city that you're watching from in the comments. I was just thinking today of all the people that we have that are part of our 1-year business coaching program. We got people from California. It was just amazing for me to be on the phone with one of our clients yesterday. And when we were typing in his information, helping him structure one of his businesses, it just dawned on me while we were doing it that, oh, wow, he's in LA. That's his address, Los Angeles, California. And I'm just thinking, wow, we way over in LA making an impact, changing and transforming people's lives, helping them start, structure, and scale their businesses, ministries, income streams, and wealth building dreams. So welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. For all of you that don't know, I am your host, Ramon Preston, and every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon, unless I'm late like today, 12:10 noon, we come to you bringing you information that is made up of the most important aspects of what we teach, what we preach, what we live, and what we train and educate others on with regard to starting, structuring, and scaling your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, and your wealth building dreams, or maybe all of the above. So I was on my way here, and I was thinking about these last 5 rules of these 25 rules of business, which, by the way, if you've participated in our show this week and you've been able to hear all of the first 20 that we gave, I want you to drop in the comments at least one of the rules that may have stood out. You know, it's really good for people to interact. This is social media, okay? We're on social media. All the platforms that we run our show on is our social media platforms. So people come on there all the time. Like, if I could show you the DMs and the inboxes and the apps that house our back office. We're talking about, like, on YouTube, our studio, where we can go see comments and questions and interact with people who have interacted with us. If you could see all the comments that people be making, if you can see all the questions that people send to us, I'm talking about after the live shows, you would be like, oh my God, let me drop something in there, especially if you're an entrepreneur or if you're part of our circle, if you're a part of our business coaching program, if you're in our blueprint game plan program, if you're part of our network, if you connected to me on any level, it's good for people to know that and to see that you're actually listening to what I'm saying, because I'm telling you, I'm not the first person that's saying some of the stuff I'm saying. You might be hearing it from me for the first time, or in this way for the first time. But trust me, I won't be the last, but there's going to be a whole lot of people who listen to me like they've listened to other people, or may have not listened to other people, and they're going to miss a lot of what I'm saying. So repetition is the law of remembrance. So all week we've been talking about the 25 rules of business, the 25 rules of business. And so today we're going to be talking about the last 5 of the 25 rules to business. That is rules 21 through 25. If you have any questions, unfortunately, because I don't have my phone, I left my phone, you're going to have to call my personal assistant's number. It's in the comments.
Yes.
404-478-7213. 404-478-7213. If you call that number, she's going to answer it. She's sitting right here. And I'll answer your question if you got a question. Or you could just drop the question in the comments. I'm just so excited because tomorrow we're going to be hosting our first business coaching mastermind of our 1-year business coaching program. Now, I've hosted masterminds before. I've hosted boot camps. I've hosted workshops. But this one is special because just 6 weeks ago, we introduced this 1-year business coaching program. And we exceeded our initial goal by at least 2 to 3 times. So we had a certain number we were in here talking about when we first put it together and we were preparing to introduce it. And we done surpassed that number. We have exceeded that number. And so I'm so proud of everybody that joined our 1-year business coaching program. I'm proud of my team, my squad. I'm proud of myself because I really didn't even want to do it. I like to be the consultant. That's my bread and butter. My wife and I have built our business and our lives on being consultants. First of all, in real estate, and then it started leaning over into entrepreneurship, business, and finances. But my point is, that's one of the best decisions I made, which was listening to my wife and my personal assistant and launching this 1-year business coaching program, because we're 6 weeks in. All of our coaching members who are part of it have already been assessed. We have already given them their first one-on-one coaching session. We have put together a blueprint and a design for their business organizations. We have put together amazing game plans. We've given them tools, resources, action steps. And now 6 weeks into it, we're going to be dropping all of them into this business coaching mastermind, which we're holding and housing and hosting right here tomorrow from 1 p.m. To 5. So it's going to be 4 hours that we're going to be here deep diving into a whole lot of stuff that a lot of them might not even be prepared to hear, because it's exclusive to this group of coaching members. So we got questions, you said?
Well, when you told them to drop the comments, somebody put in your earnings is tied to your learning.
That was a comment. Good.
Yeah, and then,
my earnings are tied to my learning.
Yeah, expect the best, prepare for the rest.
Expect the best, prepare for the rest. So we asked you all to drop some comments on what you have learned, or some of the 20 rules that you have heard this week. And that was someone over in YouTube land that was sharing 2 of the last 20. So thank you for sharing it. Tomorrow, I'm so excited. If you're not a part of our 1-year business coaching program, I'm about to close that window, which means I'm taking the 1-year business coaching program off the table, because it was really just something that I wanted to do to see if I could get people to respond, and if people were willing to invest 1 year of their time to properly start, structure, and scale their businesses, ministries, income streams, and wealth building dreams. And again, we've already exceeded our goal. We've surpassed that initial number by 2 to 3 times. And I just got this itchy suspicion. You know, I'm a prophet, so I just got like this prophetic feeling, this unction that I need to leave it open just for a little bit more time, because it may be some people you might be watching, you might be one of them, but it's a few people who still like analyzing and contemplating if they should do it, because your mind is probably still programmed to think about cost as opposed to focus on value. And so we've been praying for you. We've been seeking God for you, because this is not just a business that we're exchanging products and services for a profit. This is a ministry. This is an assignment that God has given to me to really help my people experience economic deliverance and breakthrough. Now, of course, the business side of it requires me to make money. So I can't just give everything away for free. And the truth is, I've been a full-time entrepreneur for 18 years. The whole time that I've been an entrepreneur, I have been a full-time minister, a prophet. I have pastored, traveled, educated, trained people on all levels of ministry. So a lot of what I've done in ministry has been for free anyway. Like, I've never gotten a salary from ministry. I've never really taken ministry to a place to where it was like just overwhelmingly taking care of me or financing what I wanted to do in business. A lot of times my wife and I, we had to take money from our business just to take care of our ministry responsibilities. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments or call 404-478-7213. I'm really not going to be on here too long, y'all, because we got a lot of work we need to do. We just got some more furniture in today. We filling up our offices in this suite. There's still more work we got to do. We got some acrylic signs. I can't wait till them signs come. All the signs that we're going to be putting up, and the banners and the content that we're going to have all on the walls in the office, it speaks to our mission. It speaks to our passion. It speaks to our core values, because I want to be able to walk in here, especially when we start hiring all these new people that we are about to hire. I just told you, I gave you a number, didn't I? I gave you a date. I told you how long, August. I just told you that. That was the first thing I told you when I walked in the office. I was like, yeah, I think we're going to be able to, yep, we're going to have, though, we got a couple offices that we're going to be using as a sales room. It's going to be one of those incubators, or like the gurus call it, those boiler rooms, where we're going to have salespeople. We're going to have people who are working our back office for our websites, where we process a lot of our payments, where we process a lot of our people who join our university, our programs, whether they're in person or virtual. And so I'm excited about what we're going to be doing. And so soon, within the next 90 days, that's what I said today, 90 days, within the next 90 days, we're going to be posting a lot of ads, not just locally, but even on social media, for positions that we're hiring people for. Now, of course, you got to be qualified. Just because you know me don't mean you're going to get hired. So let me give you these final 5. Let me give you these final 5 before I start clicking and acting a fool. I got my red on today. I'm representing my next level brand, Buckhead, and I'm feeling some kind of way. I got my drink with me. The only thing I ain't got is something to eat.
You didn't eat?
I ate earlier. You know, I ate breakfast this morning.
You don't have your snack?
Nope.
Wow.
I normally get a protein
You don't
box,
have your phone.
and I ain't got my phone. I'm just struggling today. How did I get here? Because my mind is on tomorrow. That's how my mind goes. Like, I'm already into tomorrow. I'm already hosting the mastermind, giving these members of our coaching program game. All right, rule number 21. Here's rule number 21. You ready for it? You got a question?
How to sign up.
How to sign up for what?
Asking how to sign up.
For the coaching program?
How to sign
If you're asking how to sign up for the coaching program, text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. Text the word coaching to 404-478-7213. Like, listen, everybody that is a part of the coaching program has already, like, verified it and validated it. I don't even have to verify and validate. Like, we got some testimonials that we're going to have some of our clients give tomorrow, and some success stories. And I made sure a few of the people that are going to be giving these testimonies and success stories ain't family, ain't people that's been around me for umpteen years. These are people that we've just met because of what we've introduced to our social media family. So it ain't something that I can just conjure up or pay somebody or ask my cuz, please put a good word in and, butter it up and, cry a little bit and make them feel like, this is like one of those infomercials. No, this is the real deal. People are changing. Their businesses are growing. They're experiencing real success because they're taking the formula, the blueprint, the game plan that I have figured out after 18 years of being a full-time entrepreneur, and I packaged it in a way that it can make sense to everyday people. My wife just mentioned something to me the other day, and when she said it, I was like, oh my God. I'm supposed to be giving y'all 21. But listen, I gotta share this with y'all. My wife, somebody's gonna be in the comments and say, oh, they don't start until 12:25 or however many minutes. That's how people do when they go to YouTube. They'll find where the spot in the video that the person starts teaching, and then they'll drop it in the comments. He ain't talking about nothing until, so and so minutes in. So thank you for doing that, helping other people out, since I'm ranting and running my mouth. But my wife said something so powerful. You know how I always be saying, I might not be the brightest light in the room. Mm-hmm. My wife gave me something cold the other day. The other morning when we was talking, she was praying, and she must have came out of prayer or something. I don't know what she was doing in the spirit, but she gave me something cold that added to it. She said, you have this trait, I have this trait. She says, daughter, you, talking about you and a lot of the people that are around us. She said, these are the kind of people we have around us. And I was like, what do you mean? She says, we might not be the brightest light in the room, but we're the longest running light in the room. So I might not shine the brightest, but I'm gonna shine the longest.
That's good.
So every time you hit that switch, I come on, even if I'm not the brightest. I was like, oh my God.
That is good.
Because I'm always saying, yeah, I might not be the brightest light in the room, but at least I'm still a light in the room. Yeah. She put a twist to that thing. She was like, we ain't the brightest light in the room, but we're the longest running lights. So no matter how many times you hit that switch, I'm showing up. I'm delivering. And that's how I want y'all to be. And that's why I give y'all so much. Rule number 21. Rule number 21. You ready for this? Employ and deploy the best people. Rule number 21. Employ and deploy the best people. Employ and deploy the best people. Those are two different words. This is rule number 21. You need to employ and deploy the best people. Now let's talk about this employee part, because this was something that I knew it, but for some reason, I just never pulled the trigger. My mindset was affecting me from pulling the trigger the way I needed to pull the trigger when it comes to employing. Because you remember back in 2015, 2016, I was putting systems together trying to hire people when we were in Stockbridge. But I just kept failing because, number one, I had some of the wrong people. Yeah. It was just the wrong people. But it wasn't just the wrong people. It was me having the wrong mindset. I didn't have the mindset I have now. Gotcha. We're talking about just 2015 when we started bringing people on board, trying to build a real team of people who were getting paid to be hired as staff. Yeah, and I wasn't even on it. You wasn't even on the list at that time. You were still working for free. You weren't even thinking about me. I wasn't even thinking about you. I wasn't even thinking about hiring you. You were still volunteering, right? Right. But I was hiring the wrong people. This was what, 6 years ago? Yeah. I was hiring the wrong people, but I'm not gonna put everything on them. I was the wrong person. Mm-hmm. You see that? Yeah. So this is why I made this my 21st rule of business, because you got to become the right person. And when you become the right person, I'm talking about a business owner, not just some grinder, not just some go-getter, not just some hustler, not just some entrepreneur, a solopreneur, or an individual who can get out there and make things happen. You might even be a great professional. But in order for you to really make an impact and operate in this rule of business, you got to become the next best version of a business owner. Because it wasn't until I became a business owner that, number one, I created the right systems. And when I created the right systems, the first person I was able to hire was myself. I was able to employ myself, meaning that I wasn't running a business operation that couldn't pay me. Because a lot of my struggles came from the fact that even though I was an entrepreneur, and I have been a full-time entrepreneur for 18 years, I could only barely take care of myself. So my wife had to find side hustles and get out there and grind and sit on properties and do all this other kind of work. You know why? Because I couldn't afford to pay her. I couldn't afford to pay her because I didn't have what it took to be the right version of a business owner who could, number one, create the right systems that could generate enough revenue to, first of all, hire me. And I'm not talking about I'm just eating oodles and noodles every day. No, I'm talking about I can hire myself to be able to be compensated regularly and have stability with that compensation, so I don't have to worry about me not being able to get paid. Because I know a lot of people who are running businesses, they're entrepreneurs, but they have not reached the place yet in their entrepreneurship that they can be the business owner to hire themselves. So that means they have to subsidize that income. How? By working another job, by working for another business owner who has actually done what they've yet to do. This is one of the reasons why I use these principles to coach and consult our clients. So rule number 21 is you have to employ and deploy the best people. Well, I can't employ myself. If I'm going to employ the best people and I'm not the best version of myself as a CEO, how can I employ myself? I'm going against what I know is right. There's a conflict of interest in my spirit and in my mind, because how can I hire me in my business and I know I'm not the best person for that position? Because I haven't learned enough. I haven't figured it out. So I had to hire me. Then when I was able to hire me, guess what I was able to do? I was able to hire my wife. And my wife told me after that last time, because, you know, I had her jumping in and out of the business for years, only to get 3-4 months into it, and she like, okay, we done ran out of money. And I'm like, well, you know, God gonna provide. She like, yeah, I know he gonna provide, but in the meantime, bruh, you need to get on out there and figure it out. So when I hired her, one of the things my wife told me was, and this is true, my wife told me this. She said, the next time I release myself from all this other stuff I'm doing in real estate to work for Ramon Preston Enterprises full time, not only do I need a sign-on bonus, she did say this. She said, but I need it. You remember that? She said, I need at least 6 months of reserves that you don't have to use that's set aside. She put me to the task. She was, for real, my wife was like, you need to have at least, number one, give me a sign-on bonus. Don't just be saying, oh, because you my boo, you my wife, you come on board. She was like, I'm not finna struggle with you. Like, I'm just not doing it with you, dog. So she was like, give me a sign-on bonus. Yes. Hire me like any other corporation would hire a store manager, because that's what her profession was, to be a retail store manager and a real estate professional to manage properties. She was like, you got to hire me, giving me a salary that's commensurate to what my expertise is. Yeah. I was like, okay, so let's do the math on those numbers. And then she said, and then you need to be able to show me that you can have at least 6 months reserves set aside for me. It was a principle she gave me on employment. Yeah. So guess what? I use that principle across the board. If I hire somebody, I should have money set aside, allocated for that person. So I ain't looking at you every 2 weeks like, now you know I love you, right? You know, now you know I'm your spiritual father, right? You know I love the Lord. Now, do you still love the Lord? Okay, well here's what we're gonna do. I want you to hold this check for just 3 days.
The devil is a lie.
So how motivated would you be if every time it's pay week, you come in here and I'm like, daughter, listen, can we pray real quick? You're gonna be like, now Dad, I love you. But come on now, I got bills to pay. I gotta live. Yes. So I don't have. So have you had that problem?
None. I get paid early.
You get paid early.
Mom.
And well.
Mom.
And well. Okay. Overpaid. She like.
Yes. You capping.
I'm capping.
You capping, man.
She is
Y'all
funny.
be good.
So you employ the best people. Yes. So that means I have to be in a financial position to employ them. All right. And you deploy the best people. Here's why I'm using employ and deploy. All right. Employ may mean you can bring people on as staff, as full time. So I have people that are on payroll, right? Yeah. Okay. I have to employ them because there's a moral responsibility that I have to have as an employer, and there's a legal responsibility that I have to have as an employer. Okay, so now that holds me accountable because the state of Georgia, the IRS, and all of these governmental and state systems that are created, they're not going to let me just treat people that I call employees any kind of way. Taxes have to be paid. Payroll has to be fulfilled. There are obligations for workman's comp and for unemployment and for Medicaid and Medicare and insurance and benefits, and all these things have to be taken care of. See, this is why I'm saying this, because you got to get your mind wrapped around the fact that if you're going to hire people or employ people, you got to be getting that bag. You got to be after that bag to make sure that you can hire people and pay them salaries that are commensurate to what their skill set is or what their core competencies are. All right. But deploying people is kind of like twofold, because internally you can deploy people, meaning that, okay, I have a personal assistant, but she also gets training for sales, right? So she's deployed not just to do personal assistant work for a CEO, but also to assist the chief salesperson with sales. So she understands a whole lot of things. She assists my wife. She works with my wife as the she's not just a pastor of a church, but in our business, my wife is the VP. She's the operations executive. So my point is, that's one way of deploying people who have been employed. But another way of deploying the best people is, if you can't employ them, bring them on as independent contractors. So there are people that we have on our team that work, and you know this to be true. There are people we have on our team that are not employees. They're not getting a salary. They are 1099s. We're paying them for certain services. But don't they act like they part of the team? They do. They come to meetings. They have their own meetings among themselves, especially Elanier and Trustworthy. Yeah. They meet up, they talk. You know why? Because they're working for the greater good of a team that they're part of. Yeah. So I had to deploy them, meaning that you got to pay them. You can't be, oh, I got you, I owe you. Cuz, can you look out for me? No, this is business. So they have to be compensated if they're going to be deployed, because guess what? Some of these people we deploy may be employed in the event that they change careers or something. You never know. It may be some other opportunities for them, for us to employ them, or for them to be partners with us in certain endeavors. So rule number 21. Employ and deploy the best people. Do not, this is the last thing I'm going to say about the best people. Do not hire people, employ or deploy, or use people that you know are not the best fit for what you need done. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just because they good people, just because they're nice, just because they need your support or whatever, don't employ and deploy people you know that's going to run your business in the ground. Don't do that. I used to say that back in 2015 when we started the process of bringing people on. The first meeting I used to have with them is, I love you. Some of them thought I was playing. I was like, I love you. I know a lot of what we're doing is ministry related. It's a part of my assignment. But guess what? If you don't do your job, I will fire your behind in a New York minute. And guess what? A lot of them thought I was playing until they realized they were fired. It is what it is. Because if I'm going to show up every day, every week, every month, and every year to make sure you're getting paid, to make sure you getting what you need to do your job, you're getting trained, you're getting more opportunities, you're learning, you're growing, you're comfortable, you can provide yourself a sense of security being on my team and in my life, then guess what? I'm expecting the same thing from you. And you can only get that from the best people. You cannot, and if you're trying to pay people less than what they deserve, they're not going to do the best job. They're not going to do the best job. Even some of the people that we do business with, and they say, well, we're going to do some bartering exchange. One of the first statements I make is, all right, if you give me this because I'm giving you that and there ain't no money involved, I don't want to see something drop off 3 months from now. Because not only am I going to fire you, but then I'm going to ask for my money back. You get what I'm saying? But at least I'm communicating the truth, because I don't need you to. It's just like in real estate, we used to see that all the time. In real estate, somebody would want you to manage their property. We deal with investors, right? So the investor wants you to manage their property. And the investor says, instead of me paying you a fee to be the manager, I'm going to just go down on your rent. You get what I'm saying? I mean, it's like if I told you, I'm not going to pay you anything. Just send me your bills every month and I'm going to pay them. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, yes, you're living and you're not paying bills, but it's only a certain amount of times you're going to walk in here and be like, let me pay my own bills. Right. You get what I'm saying? True. It's not the same way. Yeah. So I could be doing that to try to maneuver my way out, because I might pay your bills with a credit card. Instead of paying your bills, instead of giving you cash and you pay them. But at some point, you're going to start not being the best person, because you're going to feel like, just give me my money and let me decide. Because what if I want to pay my bills this month? Right. Or what if I just want to see it in my account for 3 hours? Or what if I just want the feeling of knowing I earned that? You taking all that from me. Because you're trying to maneuver your way around employing and deploying the best people. That's good. Yeah. That's good. Boom. That's it. All right. Rule number 22. This is right on top. All right. Educate and train yourself and others daily. Educate and train yourself and others daily. I was sitting in here yesterday on my coaching call, because I'm a part of a coaching program, getting my training, right? Yeah. And I'm sitting here, guess what? I have my session yesterday, and then we have our Bible study last night, right? Yeah. So yesterday, despite all the work that I did throughout the day, I still had to go to a conference, a Zoom, to be coached, to be educated and trained, which I learned a lot, because every time I come off of it, you always ask me, was it good? Yeah. Like, how was it? I'm like, oh my God, it's amazing. But I have to do that, because this is rule number 22. I got to educate and train myself daily, right? And others. So I'm not just educating and training myself with other people, being a part of other programs, but spiritually too. I go to 3 services on Sunday, and not one of them do I preach. I sit down for 3 services and I get fed spiritually. I get it on Thursday. So every week I'm getting fed 4 times spiritually. But then I have a coaching session for business. But then every day I'm watching videos. I'm learning. I'm reading books. I'm going through my programs and my courses. And guess what? I want my team to be the same way. I want my team to learn. Soon, soon, as I just mentioned earlier, within the next 90 days, when we have our whole sales room and 3 or 4 different divisions with people coming in here every day, operating and up and running, we're going to have everybody coming in every day at a certain time going through videos. We got big old screen TVs in all the rooms. And guess what? People going to be sitting around watching videos, learning, growing, preparing, being trained every day before the day starts. That's what we're setting ourselves up for, because I know what it does for me every day. I'm going to be talking about that tomorrow in our mastermind, how I don't do something every once in a while. I learn something every day. And I'm not talking about just going to Facebook and scrolling a meme. I'm not talking about following some guru and just watching a quote that they put up. No, I'm watching videos every day. If my phone was here, I could pull up my phone, and one of the first things that would come up will be videos that I watch every day. Books. If you get in my car, when I crank my car up and my phone is on, what comes on the Bluetooth? Audio books, because I'm learning. Because if I'm coming in here every day talking like we talked in 2015, it's like, come on, dog. When you gonna change? So rule number 22, educate and train yourself and others daily. And guess what? It's your responsibility to train the people that work with you. Think about that. So I have people that I employ, right? But I also have independent contractors and business owners that I deploy. And I have to train them on what I know works for me and my business. So anybody that works with me or for me, they all have to be on the same page. We all have to have the same mindset. Otherwise, we're going to be going different directions. And the bigger we get, the more employees we hire, the more we grow, the more in tune with that rule we have to become of educating and training ourselves every day. So if you're talking about being a business owner, or if you're a business owner and you're running an organization and you're ready to take your business to the next level and you're not learning and educating every day, and I say educate and train. So education is like I'm learning, I'm hearing this. Training is I'm actually doing something. I'm putting that information to work. I'm taking some information in, and then I'm figuring out how can I use that information right now. That's what I'm talking about doing. All right. Rule number 23. I love this one. Take risks and manage risks. So you don't just take risks, but you got to learn to manage risks. Now, this is really an economic principle. This is really an economic principle. I just broke it up into 2 forms where we're taking risks and we're managing risks. From an economic perspective, a professional would call this principle risk management. It's called risk management. So if you sit down with a fiduciary or with an advisor or with some type of professional consultant, as if I'm not one, okay? I guess I'm not dressed like one today, but don't let this red fool you. If you sit down with them, one of the principles that they're gonna talk to you about is risk management. Because when it comes to your money, when it comes to your business, when it comes to your life, when it comes to your ministry, when it comes to your family, when it comes to your community, when it comes to your legacy, or whatever it is that you want to build, you have to factor in risk management. So a lot of people, they get into business, for example, they start businesses and they never factor in the risk management component. So that means it's like, for example, if you're getting ready to go work on a job, if you're getting ready to go take a job, and the job has a high risk of fatalities, what are some steps you should take to implement risk management? Get more insurance. You get more health insurance. You get more life insurance, because this job is telling you we got a high level of fatalities. So that means when it comes to your business, you take risks, but those risks have to be managed, or in other words, they have to be calculated into the overall objective of your business. I'm gonna be talking a little bit about this tomorrow to our coaching group as well, because I'm gonna give you a few practical examples. Your business is directly connected to your finances. All right. So risk management suggests that if I'm going to be in business, I have to allocate a certain amount of money for reserves. I have to allocate a certain amount of money, not just for reserves that I can pull when I get low or when I have a few weeks that I don't make enough money, but for savings. I have to allocate money for future investments or for research and development. I have to have the proper insurance on my business. And I have to make sure that everything that I do is covered and insured. I have to protect the assets of my business, beginning with me as an asset. There are different types of insurances that you might need for your business. This is a part of risk management. One of the biggest aspects or components of risk management a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners overlook is retirement. That's a big component of risk management, because if you're running your own business like me, I've never worked long enough in the workforce to even get Social Security at a certain age. So I'll never be able to qualify for Social Security because I've never worked long enough. So that means, guess what? I've got to think about my retirement. I got to think about my after work years. I got to think about my future. I got to think about investing and doing things today that will help shape my life in 25 or 30 years. You get what I'm saying? This is a part of taking risk and managing risk, because if you look at your business through those lenses, there may be some things you're doing today that you might not do. You might say, you know what, let me not do that. I ain't gonna put all my eggs in this basket, not right now, because I'm gonna do this and put all my eggs in this basket, but I haven't even developed as a business owner yet. For example, I know people right now, I hope it ain't none of y'all, but if it is, hey, it is what it is. But I know people right now who are in debt, who got bad credit, who don't really have a whole lot of cash flow coming in their business. And guess what they doing? Investing in Dogecoin and Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, because it's a trend. Number one, it's stupid. I'll be the one to tell you that. It's stupid. I wouldn't even be investing in stocks and bonds. If you're in debt, you got bad credit, and you're a business owner, and you don't really have no money saved up in reserves, and you're not making enough money, what are you thinking about? You have no idea how dumb of a decision that is, and I say that, I guess, respectfully, but you equally have no idea what damage you're going to be doing to your life if any of those systems go a different direction. If you don't hit the lottery in Dogecoin, if you don't hit the lottery in Bitcoin, if you don't hit the lottery in cryptocurrency, what you gonna do if all that disappears? Or if that cannot convert back into cash? Because you sure enough can't pay your phone bill with that today. You sure enough can't pay your rent with that today. You sure can't go leverage it at a bank and get a loan of cash, US dollars on it today. What are you thinking about? I know. You're not thinking. You're not thinking. So my point is, you got to take risks, calculate it, and you got to manage those risks. You should be weighing it. You should be looking at all the risk management factors or components in every decision you make as a business owner. If you're not doing that, it's because you haven't been educated on being a business owner. You don't know enough about running a business. That's why you're doing that stupid stuff. And there's people around here right now, you listening to them, they selling all this goofy behind product and services. And guess what? They ain't even got no money. They ain't even making no money. I'm not finna be investing in all these other things, and I'm in debt, got bad credit, renting everywhere I live and everything I drive, renting clothes and jewelry and everything else, and I'm around here trying to sell a product and a service. It's crazy. Come on, y'all. It's just stupid, huh?
One of your coaching clients just landed in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah? Oh, good. One of our coaching clients just landed in Atlanta. We got a group of people coming from out of state. I'm so excited about that. So, yeah, take risks and manage risks. If you don't know anything about risk management and how big of a role it plays in your day-to-day decisions as a business owner, this is why you really need to be connected with people like us who are teaching these principles. These principles are not just about financial literacy. These principles are about business ownership and wealth building. These are wealth building principles that wealthy people use, all right? And when you're watching people who got money or who in positions, especially celebrities and famous people, number one, just because they're celebrities and famous and rich don't mean they're financially literate. It just means they got money. Most of them ain't gonna have money in 30 years. Most of them ain't gonna have money in 10 years. Most of them gonna be around here struggling, broke, living off royalties or whatever residuals that they've created, which are very, very low compared to the money that they're making now, meaning that their lifestyle is gonna have to be forced to change. You can't follow these people who are financially illiterate, who are not business savvy enough to make the right decisions. So you gotta take risks and you gotta manage them, all right? Rule number 24. Rule number 24, make innovation and improvement your best business friends. Man, this has been a good week.
What was it?
Rule number 24, make innovation and improvement your best business friends. So if you're going to have best friends in business, let those best friends in business be innovation and improvement. Now, when I say innovation, this is what I'm talking about. Innovation, I'm talking about things that are setting you up for the future. Things that are setting you up for the future. Things that keep your business moving forward while making money. I'm not talking about research and development, okay? Or at least not 100% research and development, because R&D is a part of innovation. But innovation is, let me give you an example. I'm trying to find a good example that I can give you for innovation. Here's a good example. Innovation would be the taxi drivers converting their business into Uber. You get what I'm saying? Taxi drivers converting their business into Uber. Innovation would be you taking a boutique that doesn't have a lot of traffic coming to that plaza because you selling next level shirts like this, and you selling next level hats, and you selling, charms and stuff. And nobody is coming in, or not enough business is coming into that plaza to pay you and to pay your bills. You taking that and creating a concept where you can sell all of it online. And now you don't need that plaza, that 3,000 square foot space no more. We did this back in 2017. This was, and really I wasn't thinking about the innovative part of it as much as I was just thinking as a prophet. But prophetic people are innovative. We're always in the future. So in 2017, when I heard the Lord tell me to pack up and relocate our main headquarters, this was something God told me in 2017. And when he told me that, I got to be honest with you, everybody was like, huh? Y'all moving where? I was like, yep. We finna get rid of this big old house. We getting rid of cars. We getting rid of this building. We getting ready to rebrand our whole organization. Like when I say I hit a reset button, I mean that. I hit a reset button. But guess what? Looking back now, it was a part of innovation and improvement. I wanted to have a better version of me. I wanted to have a better version of business. I wanted to have a better version of ministry. So innovation and improvement should be made your best business friends. You should always be thinking about, with whatever product and service you have right now today, how can I become more innovative in selling this? How can I do that? Can this product and service become a virtual product and service? Can this product and service become a concept that can be used anywhere around the world? Like, you gotta think about innovation, especially in this world that we're in now, because we're experiencing the digitization of society. And the only people who really catching on to what I'm saying about this are people who are like really wealthy. Like, the only people I hear talk about this stuff are billionaires, literally. The only people I've heard talk about the digitization of society are billionaires. That's the only people. I can't even name, maybe I have heard a few millionaires, I don't know, but I'm telling you, the people that I've listened to that's talking about where we are right now and how important innovation is to business and even ministry, they're billionaires. Wow. They loaded. And guess what? They've already made the move. They've already moved. They've already made the move. That's why I keep saying we're going to start seeing. I'm going to wait till tomorrow to share that. I ain't even going to say that. Anyway, make innovation and improvement your best business friends. All right. And here's my 25th. It's 1:00 p.m. I did pretty good with time. All right. Let me sip some of my juicy juice. Rule number 25. Y'all know I was going to end with this one. Stay connected to coaches, consultants, mentors, and models. Stay connected to coaches, consultants, mentors, and models. I am all of the above. I'm a coach, I'm a consultant, I'm a mentor, and I'm a model. But guess what? I am still connected to coaches, consultants, mentors. I can say that proudly, and I'm so thankful that I can say that. Because I have mentors and models like my spiritual mother, our covering, our spiritual leaders, other mentors and models, people who are even leading us in ministry that don't charge us for anything that they give us or do for us, because it's ministry. We just sow into them and bless them because we appreciate their life and their legacy and their sacrifice and service. But on a business level, coaches and consultants. So there are a lot of people that I pay, not just for myself and my wife, but I pay on behalf of my company just to have coaches and consultants in our ecosystem. So even though I'm still working on a daily training regimen of information here in my new office suite for our staff and for the other newcomers that are going to be a part of our staff here, at least the people who are around me regularly can hear the language that I'm speaking. They can catch the revelation and lean into the message, and they're getting trained and they're getting taught. It may not be on a greater level like it will be when we got like 15 people in here, but guess what? They're still getting it. So I want you to stay connected. That's rule number 25. Stay connected. If you are in business, I'm telling y'all, when you experience this, you're gonna come back and say, he was so right. If you are an entrepreneur, if you're in business, if you're in ministry, if you're doing anything that is connected to business, ministry, increasing income, financial freedom, building wealth, or anything in between, if you're a part of any of those worlds, which most people are, I'm telling you, please give yourself the experience. Give yourself the experience at least one time in life to connect with the right coach or the right consultant. It's going to change your life. It will change your life. I'm thankful that I am one, but even though I am a coach and a consultant, I still have coaches and consultants that I pay to be in my life to help me go even further because of what my aspirations and ambitions are. And so at some point in your life, I want you to give yourself that. Like, you deserve that. You should, even if it's not a one-year coaching program like ours, maybe it's a consulting session. Maybe you just want to experience a session, like a sit down for maybe 2 hours with a consultant to really allow them to flesh out your business, your finances, your endeavors. It's going to change your life. And you're going to realize at that point, oh my God, this is why I'm stuck. This is why I can't move forward, because I got blind spots in my business. I got blind spots in my finances, and I didn't even see these things until somebody shed light on them. And a lot of times when you listen to a business or financial coach or consultant, they're saying things that you might have knew, you just didn't know how to articulate it and contextualize it in that way for it to make sense. So I'm extending an offer to you before I take the offer off the table and off our websites, for you to be a part of our 1-year business coaching program. It's 1 year, 52 weeks of touch points every week of one-on-one coaching sessions, one-on-one coaching calls, virtual coaching sessions, group coaching masterminds, virtual training assignments. We even add book reading assignments and other exercises and activities to our coaching program to keep you busy every week for 52 weeks. Tomorrow is going to be our first group coaching mastermind that we're hosting in our newly launched 1-year business coaching program. You still can get in it. You can still come in person, or you can join us via Zoom virtually. We're going to be streaming it live, and we're going to be taking questions and helping you flesh out anything that you might be dealing with. But I want to encourage you to be a part of that. All right. I love y'all. If you got any questions or if you need any other information, you can reach out to us. The number and information to reach us is in the comments. You can go to RamonPreston.com. While you're at RamonPreston.com, I want you to click the live and virtual events link. We have some upcoming workshops in June. We're going to have 2 workshops in June. We're offering a 65% off discount right now for our June workshops. We have 2 VIP workshops. One of our workshops is going to be on the power of QuickBooks, accounting, tax strategies, and financial literacy. And then the other VIP workshop in June is going to be on how to start and structure a holding company. We're going to be deep diving in both of those workshops. So if you would like to be a part of those workshops, we're offering a 65% off discount for you to join us for those workshops. What is the discount code? VIP 2021?
That's the one.
For the workshops, not for the coaching. That ain't for them. I ain't giving them that one. Yeah, if you're part of our coaching program, you get a VIP code for the coaching masterminds. The masterminds are different than the workshops. But if you would like to be a part of the workshop, we're offering a 65% off discount. All you have to do is go to RamonPreston.com. You can actually /event, RamonPreston.com /event. And you can click on the VIP workshops. And when you register, you could put in the discount code VIP 2021, and it's going to take 65% off for you to be a part of it. So these workshops are typically $199. You put that VIP 2021 65% discount, it's going to go down to $69.99. $69 for 4 hours to come and deep dive and learn everything you need to learn about those topics that we're going to be discussing. We have more workshops to come. We're going to be doing some sales workshops, marketing workshops, creative cash flow workshops. Let me see. I have several workshops that we're going to be doing. So we have entrepreneurship workshops coming up, marketing workshops, sales, creative cash flow, family legacy wealth building workshops, real estate investing workshops. We got a whole lot of workshops that we're getting ready to drop on there. So within the next few weeks, if you are following us, all the workshops I just mentioned, you're going to see on RamonPreston.com, and you're going to be able to use that VIP 2021 65% off discount code until it no longer works. So if you wait and then you go in and you put it in and you like, oh man, what happened? Hey, people do it all the time. They listen, but they don't hear me. You just missed it. I say people do it all the time. They listen, but they don't hear me. They listen, but they don't hear me. They listen, but they don't hear me. See, you have no idea what's going on behind the scenes with all this stuff I'm talking about. It just sounds like I'm just running my mouth. It just sounds like I'm just rambling. It just sounds like I'm just ranting and goofing off. But when you see one of those big old jets, let me show y'all. Let me make them real. Yeah, I'm finna show y'all. When you see this, when you see one of these flying across Atlanta. Say what? Yeah, when y'all see that, when you see that right there, and it's a RP on there, that's gonna happen. When you see that right there, and you like, dog, this dude, he just kept saying it. I thought he was just goofing off. I thought he was capping. I thought he was just trying to throw shade because he was mad because people wasn't supporting him. Child, please. We over here doing it. Yes. We making it happen. We debt free. We financially free. We got a $1 million business. We're going to be billionaires. So it is what it is. I love y'all. I want y'all to have an amazing week. If you would like to be a part of our 1-year business coaching program, please get that information in the comments. You can actually join us for this business coaching mastermind tomorrow. It's going to be 4 hours. I got so much stuff I'm going to be sharing. It ain't going to just be hypothetical stuff either, because I'm not one of those people. I don't just talk about hypotheticals. I talk real stuff. I give you tactics. I show you how to get that bag. If I don't do nothing else, I show you that. So love y'all. Have an amazing weekend.